History of Alabama. Alabama, located in the southeastern United States, has a rich and complex history that spans thousands of years. From its earliest indigenous inhabitants to its role in the Civil War, Reconstruction, the Civil Rights Movement, and its modern developments, Alabama has been at the heart of many significant moments in American history. This detailed account traces Alabama's history from ancient times to the present. Ancient and pre-colonial Alabama. Before European contact, Alabama was home to indigenous peoples for thousands of years. Archaeological evidence suggests that the first inhabitants arrived over 12,000 years ago during the Paleo-Indian period. These early groups were hunter-gatherers who used stone tools and relied on megafauna like mammoths for sustenance. The Archaic period, 800 to 1000 BCE, saw a transition to a more settled way of life, with fishing, gathering, and early forms of agriculture. The Woodland period, 1000 BCE, 1000 CE, introduced more complex societies, mound building, and a widespread use of pottery. The Mississippian culture, 1000 to 1600 CE, was the most advanced indigenous civilization in Alabama, with large mound complexes like those found in Moundville. Moundville, located near present-day Tuscaloosa, was a major political and religious center, with evidence of a stratified society, complex trade networks, and elaborate ceremonial practices. By the time of European contact in the 16th century, Alabama was inhabited by several Native American tribes, including the Creek, Cherokee, Choctaw, and Chickasaw, who lived in well-organized communities with strong trade and political alliances. European exploration and colonization, 16th to 18th century. The first Europeans to explore Alabama were the Spanish, led by Hernando de Soto in 1540. His expedition brought devastation to indigenous communities through disease and warfare, but did not establish permanent settlements. In the late 17th and early 18th centuries, the French, British, and Spanish vied for control of the region. The French established Mobile in 1702, making it the first European settlement in Alabama. Mobile served as the capital of French Louisiana until 1720. Throughout the 18th century, Alabama remained a contested territory. The British gained control of the region in 1763 following the Treaty of Paris, but lost it to Spain during the American Revolution in 1783. It was finally ceded to the United States as part of the Mississippi Territory in 1795. Alabama's path to statehood, 19th century. Alabama became a separate territory in 1817 and achieved statehood on December 14, 1819, as the 22nd state of the Union. The state's economy quickly became dependent on cotton, leading to the expansion of slavery. The Creek War, 1813 to 1814, fought between the U.S. and the Creek Nation, resulted in the forced cession of millions of acres of Creek land, accelerating white settlement. By the 1830s, the forced removal of Native American tribes, particularly the Creek and Cherokee, through the Trail of Tears, made Alabama almost entirely controlled by white settlers and enslaved African Americans. Civil War and Reconstruction, 1861 to 1877. Alabama was a key player in the Civil War, seceding from the Union on January 11, 1861, and joining the Confederate States. Montgomery briefly served as the first capital of the Confederacy. The war devastated the state, leading to widespread destruction and economic collapse. After the Civil War, Alabama underwent Reconstruction, 1865 to 1877, a period marked by federal occupation, political upheaval, and efforts to rebuild the state. African Americans gained political representation, but these gains were quickly reversed by Jim Crow laws, which enforced racial segregation and disenfranchisement. The Civil Rights Movement, 20th century. Alabama was at the center of the Civil Rights Movement. Key events include the Montgomery bus boycott, 1955 to 1956, sparked by Rosa Parks' arrest, and the Selma to Montgomery marches, 1965, which led to the Voting Rights Act. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and John Lewis played significant roles in the fight against segregation and voter suppression. Modern Alabama, 20th to 21st century. The latter half of the 20th century saw Alabama transition from an agricultural economy to a more diversified industrial and technological base. Birmingham became a hub for steel production, while Huntsville emerged as a center for aerospace and defense industries, particularly with NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. Today, Alabama continues to play a vital role in manufacturing, technology, and education, while preserving its rich historical and cultural heritage. Conclusion: Alabama's history is a tapestry woven with triumphs and struggles, from its indigenous origins to its role in shaping America's social and political landscape. Its past remains a critical part of understanding the broader history of the United States, making Alabama an enduringly significant state in the nation's historical narrative.